Well, a very good evening, London City. It's 7 o'clock, which means you are, of course, in tune and in time for another edition of Musical Mayhem 101. That is indeed the Soul Food Show, alongside your boy DJ Val. How you all doing out there? So I've got to give props going out there to my Bishop John Anthony Francis, and of course my co-pastor Penny Francis. This is a show where absolutely anything can happen, probably will happen. If you've never heard of the original Soul Food Show, then you're in for a treat. Broadcasting all the way up until 9 p.m. this evening. I am in the hot seat. Got a great... I was going to say Worship 101, but I haven't got a Worship 101 in this show. I've got a Soul Food Daily Double, though, that absolutely rocks the spot. A little bit later on, I'm going to be having my guest. That is indeed Barbara with a H. Kelly. The woman originally from Camden, New Jersey, is going to be in the United Kingdom speaking to me. I am super excited about that. And of course, for all your shouts, dedications, etc., 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 you know what you need to do.
It's Keandra Lockett here, and you are listening to the Soul Food Gospel Show with DJ Val.
DJ Val, playing music for your mind, body, and soul.
My name's Alicia Warren, and I just love listening to DJ Val on the Soul Food Show. Right now, please don't touch that dial.
Hey family, what's up, This is your friend and brother, Stevie Glory, aka Stevie G, all the way from Lusaka, Zambia. Whenever I'm in the UK, I love to listen to my man, DJ Val, on the Soul Food Gospel Show. Don't change the channel, stay glued. God bless.
DJ Val, playing the very best in gospel's finest and rarest grooves this side of the Mississippi.
Hey, this is Shiva Franklin, and you're listening to DJ Val on the Soul Food Gospel Show. We will go in your strength. In your strength we will go. We will flourish until the moon. The moon is no more. See, I'm so...
Yo, blessings in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. This is your boy Diligence from Tampa, Florida. You are now listening to the Soul Food Gospel Show with my brother DJ Val. Salute.
Hi, it's your man, superstar, contemporary, Holy Ghost-filled gospel artist, Mr. T. Briggs. And you're listening to the Soul Food Gospel Show with DJ Val, the best gospel show in the United Kingdom. Check it out. Yeah. Woo.
When I tell you to stop, keep turning. When I try to block your path,
body, and soul.
Of the day. Who be the one where they steady wake you every day? Did they fight for you like superhero with the cape? And when I call 911, you know they later. Father, you they make me high. Not be the kind where they make my way. Praise you sun up to sundown. Did they hold me down on a daily? You know they hard, you know they big stop sign. Make it come see clearly, yo. Make I tell you, yo. Your way, not the way. Your way, not the way. Me know they follow person, we don't know the way. We don't know the way. Me not like the way you do. Your way, not the way. Your way, not the way. Me know they follow person, we don't know the way. We don't know the way. Me not like the way you do. Your way. Say now your way.
So I'm going to chime in right about here. Q-Time Chords tells me it's 10 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. If you are tuned in like Marcian is tuned in, you are ready for the ride of a lifetime. It is none other than that Soul Food Show, the original Soul Food Show, alongside your boy DJ Val, doing his best to keep you moving, keep you grooving on a Tuesday evening. Shouts going out to the 4th official wherever you are. Kicked off with Lorraine Cato, Keep on Turning, Like That Jam. This one is Henry Soul featuring DJ Omo. As we proceed to do our very best to keep you happy on a Tuesday evening. Remember, if you're tuned in via any of the platforms, please do the usual: like, share, comment, etc., 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 etc.
I just want a day everywhere where you day, whether not for house, on a church, on a road, on a walk, even when I be.
Shouts going out to Angie RCBI. It is indeed your birthday, girl. Hope you're dancing.
STO on the mix.
Hope you got spoiled. Hope your team did a great job of looking after you, I guess, kind of like remotely, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing DJ AFFLIATE and my homeboy, Limo.
Unmistakable, that kid Limo Blaze. He is absolutely everywhere at the moment. Shouts going out to Toby Triple O. Can't wait to see your next collabo. Hold tight, Chris from the Double G's. Ain't heard from you in a long time, sir. What's up, what's up, what's up? If you are out there in Radio Land, do let me know. Shouts going out there to Lerling, she's on the stream. Y'all ain't sharing, you know. I know who shares, you know. It tells me on the screen. People ain't following either. I still think people get a little bit like get a bit spooked, you know. I might have to get rid of that hour and just do the whole thing through, you know. Just trying to give myself a little bit of a break, you know. Oh, really? I've obeyed all of your rules, Facebook. Don't you dare mess up. There you go. Better put that disclaimer on the Facebook page, just in case. You know how it is, right? So how was your day? How have you been? Shouts going out there to my usual boys, Demi, Dio, Sungopi, Harry, hold tight Pac Raymond, hold tight Dave, Spiky John, OJ Simpson. You guys got my back, man. Always shouts going out there to Auntie Talama. As you listen from your remote listening location above the earth. God bless you. Shouts going out there to Auntie Osir. Shouts going out there to Ben from Buckles. I don't know if you are in Lagos, you know, you need to check out Buckles, man. Quality clothes. And of course, the FGC old boys and the FGC old girls. Yes, Pro Unitate. Always glad to have you guys in sync all around the world.
Is that Jesus music? God loves you. Never forget that.
Slightly different rotation from what we have on the late lunch show, but nevertheless, it still works for me. You got it right, it's Shuggy Toshi in the building.
Okay, Shuggy Toshi, Lala George. Oh, want me look at testify. Of Mama Charlie. Pape, Jesus not my paddy. Seek ye first the kingdom and Jesus be your buddy. Things God was in Niger, so tomatoes I push you. On one nylon bag, my baby. I beg make I and my Tory. Jesus came to save my soul and him became my daddy. He from the darkness and in life became my valet. Oko Pharaoh, Babalaye. God rescued my soul and that is why I testify.
It's Tuesday. It's the original Soul Food Day.
David testified. He a lion, he testified. Uyesu emuchao.
Switch.
Puti akomole. Pastor Child, Mujojo, Shogi Tosh, Mujojo, Dynamis, Komole, Shady Blue, Mujojo.
I told ya.
The voice of my loved one, dancing on the mountains, here he comes. Stepping quickly, here, stepping eye to the Joe, Lori, okay, Lojo. Go that clutch at the door, Obamba, to be loba, to tell Shilo.
You got it right. She will be here a little bit later on. Barbara Kelly. You know, one of these days we'll be able to fly people in like this, you know. Just, you know, actually have them come all the way over here just for us, you know. Oh, I know what he's done. It's very clever. Can't wait to have you in the studio, actually. Shogi Toshi is something else. Sounds of Pamoto. Sounds of a little bit of everything in there, actually. I can hear some Paradiso in there. All mixed and blended, especially for us this evening. Okay, let's get our breath back and do this. You sure got it right. It is indeed S.O. This one's called Shine.
I've been legging low. Ooh, catching vibes, that's the way to go. Ooh, now's the time, you already know. Ooh, I'll be fine if you ready, roll. It's time to go back and shine. I've been on the grind, ask me where the day go. Now I'm back to shine brighter if I say so. I've been away, but my action was to lay low. And watch them pray, take notes, where's the payload? They know. God standing with me on the main road. I can hit them with a plain flow. Better give them what they came for. Most nights I've been staying up, but what they know. They think that I'm crazy, but
If you don't say rewind, I will say rewind. Big tune S.O. This one's called Shine.
The G people see.
I've been legging low. Ooh, catching vibes, that's the way to go. Ooh, now's the time, you already know. Ooh, I'll be fine if you ready, roll. It's time to go back and shine. I've been on the grind, ask me where the day go. Now I'm back to shine brighter if I say so. I've been away, but my action was to lay low. And watch them pray, take notes, where's the payload? They know. God standing with me on the main road. I can hit them with a plain flow. Better give them what they came for. Most nights I've been staying up, but what do they know? They think that I'm crazy, but they don't know where the rain goes. No, I've been legging low. I've been laying low. Catching vibes, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Now's the time, you already know. You already know. I'll be fine if you ready, roll. It's time to go back and shine. I've been legging low. I've been laying low. Catching vibes, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Now's the time, you already know. You already
Shouts going out to everybody who's joined me via quite a few people on there on where are we? Oh, good. Well done. On YouTube, God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Especially all my new listeners. I know you're new.
Can I get another round two? Living water, I'm allowed to. I was busy trying to lay low, and God told me I must now move. I've been working since He showed me how to. Live my life, show me more. But now I've been laying low. Catching vibes, that's the way to
Playing nothing but the hits.
now's the time.
It's the Soul Food Show alongside your boy DJ Val. Supercharged, super excited, super ready.
I've been laying low.
If you're celebrating your birthday, do let me know. If you want to say happy birthday to somebody, do let me know. If you want to say hello to somebody, do let me know.
And if you ready, roll, it's time to go back and shine.
Super sounding sounds of SO. He was over here in February. He got his concert in just before that quarantine, man.
Wind up when you pass the banks and exit. Works it.
Gonna play this one by
Funds on low, so I'm kept.
Toby Triple O. This one's called It's Gonna Be Alright. No matter where you are, no matter what you're going through, your confidence is high in the Lord and Savior.
Clouds up my overhead, suit in the mind. I couldn't retell. Sickle jeans, the receipt in my blood type.
Y'all not sharing, you know, what's going on?
Life, there is hope.
I ain't seeing too much sharing activity taking place, so y'all need to be sharing, and then sharing a little bit more. Doing okay, cool. Shouts going out there to my boy Godfrey. Sent me a Heidi hi on WhatsApp a little bit earlier on. Thank you so much indeed. I know you are faithful when you're listening. As is the gentle giant, Mr. Anthony Crooks.
It's like I'm drowning, the lights go down. I'm in a corner, there's no way out. I could come home, but I feel the distance.
So what goes on in your neighborhood this evening? Are you having fun?
You whispered to me that it's gonna be A-okay.
Seems so weird doing this show. It feels like the rotation is a lot longer than any of the other shows. I don't know why. Feels even longer than the even when I do the Smooth Worship or the Breakfast Show. If you're out there, let me know. Say hello, wave, jump up and down, send me a selfie, do something, man. Shouts going out there to Uncle Tamba. Shouts going out there to my sister Teresa. Shouts going out there to the kids. Little Debs. Timothy and Joel. Love you guys to the max. I'm sure by the time I see you would have grown like maybe like a whole foot or something like that. Wow. And of course my thoughts and my prayers go out there to the Sankor family. Still praying for you, you all. Shouts going out there to Mummy as well. She's on the front line. And shouts going out there to our Faith Child. Lost his dad as well earlier this week. So, so sorry to hear that, my brother. May the Lord strengthen you in this difficult time. Shouts going out there to my boy Triple O, wherever you are. God bless you. Thank you so much indeed for your support over this lock-in period of time, man. Let's do a little bit of an oldie but a goodie. you go, taking you back in time. Soul Food Show classic. Tracy Chinwa, Can You Hear Me? I think I sounded a bit like Chandler from Friends. Could it be any worse?
My friends, I'm on a mission. Just take some time to listen. I got no time for dreams and wishing. Yes, I've made a big decision. I gave it all to Christ. I just had to get it right. He means so much to me. Now I know why he's testing me. Can anybody hear me? Does anybody feel me? Anybody? Anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Does anybody feel me? Yeah. Anybody? You see it in the news, you see it on TV shows. Folks don't know which way to go. Ain't got no principles, but there's hope in this equation. No matter how long it takes.
Just thinking I should get a graphic for the Soul Food Daily Double as well, shouldn't I?
God's love is so amazing. Can anybody hear?
Shouts going out to my brothers and sisters on Ruach Radio.
Anybody?
Love you guys to the max. As we climb, as we ascend, we are getting ready to soar. Then we'll take it we'll take the flight round for a 709er. Check for the runway lights and hopefully a touchdown somewhere around 9 p.m. British summertime. It's really funny. I didn't realize that the British summertime was actually a thing, you know. I just thought they just used to say GMT +1, so. All it means is it's really nice and warm. Well, it's not nice and warm. All it means is it's lighter here, right? As we operate on British summertime. Shouts going out to Brooksy. He's probably in the hot seat again this evening. Sorry I can't tune in because I am here. I have to fulfill my obligations. I think there's something awry with my internet connection. I'm going to check it in a bit. Oh, there's no Bible reading. Oh, I can't do that. If I put a Bible reading in this show, there's no music left, right?
Can anybody hear me? Does anybody feel me? Anybody? Can anybody hear me? Does anybody feel me? Anybody? Can anybody hear me? Does anybody feel me? Anybody?
The wonderful sounds of Tracy Chinwa on the Soul Food Show. Somebody was calling me, so I'm going to find out who it is. But let's do this first. We know who that is, right? Micah Stampley.
No, I never wanted to slow down. No, I didn't want to settle down. I was doing my thing, living my life like the man on the video screen. No, I really didn't understand
used to remember a certain radio station that they used to do this thing called straight to air. So if somebody called, they just let you come straight to air with whatever it was that you wanted to say, right? I think it was it LBC that used to do it or something like that? Yeah. They just bring you straight to air. They wouldn't even like vet you, or they just bring you straight on, right? I didn't bring that cool straight on. At one point I actually thought it was just get out there to Tamba, Uncle Tamba and the kid. I just finished hailing them out, you know, and he was calling. I thought, oh, he's calling to make a dedication of some kind or something like that. But no, he was some other business that we were doing, so it's all right. So I've got a super duper soul food daily double, right? So over the past couple of weeks, I made contact with a wonderful guy called Pastor Linton Smith and his wife Louise Smith, and he was a little bit shy, a little bit bashful, just like, you know, Victor from Simply Victor from that Your Love song, right? And he goes, yeah, you know, you might not like it, it's a little bit this, it's a little bit that, it's a little bit this. I said, you know what, bro, just send me the music, man. Anyway, eventually, after we've gone around the block, because we were doing some other stuff as well, and when he said, I said, oh, I like this. So decided to make it a Soul Food Daily Double this week. Sorry, I know I've not been tweeting, but you know, I'm just, yeah. This is just regular stuff now. This feels like I'm out of the office and just being a good old DJ Val. I know some of you are saying you can't tell the difference. Whatever. I think I'm a lot more sophisticated on the late line. You guys don't think I'm more refined, eh? More polished. That would be the day. I don't know who said it. It's not in the Bible, but to thy own self be true. Or is it in the Bible? I'm not too sure. Someone look for it so you can search it right out. To thy own self be true. Whoever else that said that was... They were bang on the money, man. Bang on the money. All right, I'm going to play this Hope Godwin one because I like this song. It's Hope Godwin. Written by Simply Victor Music. This track is called Your Love. This is another hit, man. Trust me on this one. If you haven't heard this one, you're hearing it for the first time, pay close attention. I can see you looking, saying, what's he doing on his phone? Oh, that's how he tweets the songs, eh? Told you. Absolutely love this one. Hope Godwin, Your Love. Gotta say, man, everybody's interviewing everybody, right? I'm not going to say anything about that.
You said I love you no matter rain or shine. I will be your guide. Your love, something about your love that's different in my life. Your love, I will go away.
That would kind of make sense why I would remember that. So thank you very much indeed, Lenny. That's from taken from Hamlet, apparently. I am a fan of Julius Caesar. Sorry, I'm a fan of Shakespeare. Sorry. So there was a good possibility that I've heard that, and I thought, well, I like that, and it's just sat in my spirit. Hope Godwin, written by Simply Victor Music. Pushed down there by your boy DJ Val on the Soul Food Show. My queue time course tells me it's 20 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. I think I got 20 minutes left before I get a knock on the door. And I get a very welcome guest. So up next, we've got the Soul Food Daily Double from what I can see. That's looking good. Yeah, we got a Soul Food Daily Double. I said it's featuring, I think it's both of them actually. Linton and Louise Smith. First track is called Your Love. Yeah, first track is called Your Love. But before we do that, you know what we gotta do, right? To do that right. Sounds of Barbara with the H. Kelly singing Val's theme, Never Too Far Away. That's how good a friend she is to me, right? Sent her some music. I said, can you do something with this? And she comes back with this. One good thing I know, nobody can say they own the rights to this music. I own the rights to this music. So yeah, nobody. That was my first transatlantic collaboration, actually. So she always heralds in my Soul Food Daily Double. See, she has a placeholder on my show. So there you go. So what is a Soul Food Daily Double? Is where I take one artist or one set of artists like Linton and Louise Smith. I play two different songs back to back. Sometimes I have been known to flip the script, but there was no flipping of any scripting this weekend. So I say we should do this.
Soul Food Daily Double. It's the Soul Food Daily Double.
This one might get pulled back. I'm just warning you now. This guy knows how to play the trumpet, man. Oh, I like this one. think it's only because I don't have I haven't got enough time. Otherwise, I would have pulled this one back, man. Big tune, man. Shouts going out there to, of course, to Lady Vanessa Paris Bell, because I know you love these jazz things, right? So do let me know if you are on board. It'd be great to know. Oh, shouts going out there to Cisenamite. I saw you were on. You were on for a moment and then you came off, man. He is also known as the hardest known substance known to man. Shouts going out to you and all the crew out there in PH. That's not acidity, that's Port Harcourt. Don't know why somebody would actually be a bit hesitant to send me a track like this, you know. Obviously, well, anyway, I'll leave it to him to work out why he didn't want to send it to me straight away. But
Soul Food Daily Double. Soul Food Daily Double.
So sticking to the rules. Gonna do this one called My Daddy's House. Same outfit. Linton and Louise.
I invite you to a special corner in my neighborhood. The children laugh and play. The sun is always shining. There's a sweet fragrance in the air. Come with me. Come with me and share. Come on, come on. Come and go with me. Come and go with me. To my daddy's house. Abba, Abba. Yeah. The table is spread with plenty good food, yes. What you need or what you want is in the rooms of my daddy's house. Come on, yeah. Come and go with me to my daddy's house. Abba, Abba. Music playing, people swaying, children's laughter is in the air. There's a great joy that fills the atmosphere.
A little bit of a theory about this evening, actually. I think there's a drop in my internet capacity, but I'm not going to let that deter me. You guys probably don't notice, but if I said to my brother Shane Roberts, I'm seeing a few frames skipped, he'd say, But there's always a way around it, right? So I'll say happy birthday again, going out there to Angie RCBI, for Mr. Alistair V.
To my daddy's house. Abba, Abba. Come and go with me. Come and go with me. Abba, Abba.
I think this is taken from this is a title track from the album, actually. I think it's called Daddy's House. He sure can play this trumpet, man. telling you, these guys make a good combination, you know. I am feeling this like, ooh.
Come on, come on, come on, go with me to my daddy's house. Abba, Abba, yeah.
Linton and Louise Smith, they formed the second half of the Soul Food Daily Double, and they need to now send me the whole album and not just a couple of tracks. Let's do this one by Martin X DK. That's my boy out there. He's in Port Harcourt as well. I wonder if you know Sisenamite. This track's called Bloody Love.
Usually it don't get too attached, but that changed when I met you. Complicated life was what I had, but then I found a way, and that's all you. You cleared out my old and give me new clothes, so I would come missing with you in high place. And the sacrifice you gave has now draw me close, so I can have your full as your love keeps pulling me back to your arms.
Y'all seem real quiet tonight, man.
Your blood is the covenant we have. This is bloody, 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 bloody Lord. Bloody, 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 bloody Lord. Bloody, 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 bloody Lord.
Sounds of Martin X DK. This one's, he's got another one that I like of his as well, you know.
Every word you said was for me to see the other side that wasn't said. You went out to the cross, you made.
Shouts going out there to
I just must
the lady with no digital footprint.
You took all my infirmities, you took all my sufferings, and the curse that I don't was mine. You took it all just to set me free. Who can love me the way you do? Bring me back to your arms. And your blood is the covenant we have.
I was just thinking, you know, when I first started out on the radio, I didn't have anything, nowhere near as much music as I've got now, you know. All right, I got to try and get, Barbara with the H Kelly on. So let me see if I can reach out to her.
This love that I have found, this love that I have found, no one's gonna take it away, no one's gonna take it away from me. This love that I have found, this love that I have found, no one's gonna take it away, no one's gonna take it away from me. This love that I have found, this love that I have found, no one's gonna take it away, no one's gonna take it away from me. This love that I have found, yeah.
DJ Val, playing the very best in gospel's finest and rarest grooves this side of the Mississippi.
more step, one more exhale as I fall where you lead. Feel my heart as it's racing down the path you set for me. When the road feels unending, there's a promise you reveal. When these days leave me empty, you sustain me even still. With every breath, you are reviving these burning lungs. You keep me going when I can't run. Got me my strength till the work is done. Done. I won't let the race overtake me. Won't let anxiety face me. Whatever comes, count me in. Count me in. Oh, even when my legs are weary, I'm not gonna give up that easy. Whatever comes, count me in. Count me in. Count me in. Count me in. I trip up and you catch me, then you lift me up again. You direct every footstep.
Shouts going out to Mr. Alistair V. He's working very, very hard wherever he is.
You are reviving these burning lungs.
Shouts going out there to his mummy Olive as well.
When I can't run, I gotta be my strength till.
You guys would be I'll show you a video actually. Auntie Adiola did a lovely little testimonial video. Brilliant. Shouts going out there to you, Auntie. God bless you. Much love.
Count me in. Count me in.
From that guy on the radio, right?
Even when my legs are weary,
Shouts going out to all the Fogmon crew.
gonna give up that.
Worldwide, you know. Worldwide.
Whatever comes, count me in. Count me in. Count me in. Count me in. Count me in.
Not too sure if I think Angie likes this one as well. And again, what's there not to like on my show, you know? I reckon I do pretty all right for her, you know.
Whatever comes, count me in. Count me.
Making a difference across the airwaves, being beamed across all the continents of the whole wide world. It is the original Soul Food Show, alongside your boy DJ Val. Super excited. We are desperately seeking Barbara with a H. Kelly. I know she's gonna be on shortly.
Count me in. Count me in.
Play the outfit called Switch. This one's called Count Me In.
Count me in. Count me in. Count me in.
Let's swap that around. Let's do this one, right? Let's do Jordan May. I'm gonna send this one out there to my brother Chris from the Double G's, because I know you like these kind of smooth rides, man. I'm sure you could mix this with some great tracks as well, you know.
Either way it go. Either way it go. Ay, whether it's rise or riches, up or down, I'll be on the mission, yeah. Took some time, I was blind, now I see his vision, yeah. Lonely nights, I remember them lonely nights. I was living so far from right, pulling up on all the ice. You can see it right.
You know, this is one of my favorites, right?
Wanna be by your side, and I won't turn back. I see the truth and I can't turn back. No, no. Mine got locked for a younger could grow. Look down, I can see my heart on the floor. Spirit said stop, dog, but I wanted more.
Well, I gave it a thumbs up, even if nobody else does. No, I know you guys do, you know, but by the time you hear it where I hear it, it's at a different place. Shouts going out there to all the silent listeners. Sandy Fagan, are you listening? Medina, are you listening? Shouts going out there to Little Miss and the Mystery Lady. Shouts going out there to the Westies, because the Westies best crew. Just saw, I have to give her a call actually. I just saw a regular that used to come on the show, and then all of a sudden, T Swan, wherever you are, your boy says Heidi hi and hello.
Started looking at those images 11 years old. Addicted to the feeling, I kept that on the low. I ain't know about the damage it would do to my soul. Appetite for sin getting out of control. I risked it all for the world, yeah, that was my pride. Kept it real whole time, they was telling me lies. Now I got a new vision, you can see it in my eyes. Now I just wanna be by your side. Whether it's rise or riches, up or down, I'll be on the mission, yeah. Took some time, I was blind, now I see his vision, yeah. Lonely nights, I remember them lonely nights. I was living so far from right, pulling up on all the ice. You can see it in my eyes. Just wanna be by your side, and I won't turn back. I see the truth and I can't turn back. Nah, nah, feelings used to control me. Mind games with the OT, the real me on the sidelines. Try to keep it all low key. Used to be up online, shooting at him like call me. Now they try to pull up on me. Sorry, girl, that's the old me. I was focused on my burdens, insecurities and earnings. Had to holler at the surgeon. In my heart, to put the word in. Always started fading away. Like Mike did the work.
So as we go from rags to riches, I've got some really good news for all of you people out there. I do indeed have the lady herself on the line, all the way from sunny LA or California or somewhere where it's a lot warmer than where we are now. Barbara Kelly, how are you?
I'm fabulous. I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
That's an introduction, right? That's how you introduce people, you know. You got to make them feel like they're $1 million and change, man.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
How have you been? How is it over there, you know, with the current climate and everything?
I'm great, and yes, it is sunny, and yes, it's warm. However, I'm still in
Quarantine, yeah.
Yes, yes, but I'm good. I'm good. My spirits are up.
Oh, praise God.
Yes, and I'm doing great. I can't complain. I'm doing great, and I'm still plugging away, working on music.
I would expect nothing else, you know, and you're locked away, and you know, with your ability and with your husband, the next thing that's going to come out is like, you know, some albums or singles and stuff like that, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Unfortunately, the date that we have projected, but we didn't publicize the date, but we had a date that we were projected to go ahead and release.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we didn't reach that date, but we're still working on it, and it'll be sooner than later.
Listen, I hear that from a lot of people, that things have been pushed back because of, you know, the current state of the world and stuff like that, you know, concerts and a whole load of other stuff as well. So I think, you know, it's quite prudent not to, you know, rush things through, you know, wait until the appropriate time and then, you know. But you know what you can do? You can always just send me kind of like the raw copy so that I can start thinking about what it is I'm going to be enjoying a little bit later on. But,
I will do that. I will do that.
Oh, really? I was only joking, you know. Yeah, I didn't want to put any pressure on you, you know.
I will do that. And not only that, if you go to my Facebook page, for those who are on Facebook, you can actually hear a couple of clips of, I think maybe 3 of the songs that I think I put like a small clip, less than a minute, on my Facebook, on the Barbara Kelly, on the artist page, because I have 2 pages. So I'm trying to figure out how to maybe combine them.
You can. Yeah, I think there is. I saw that the other day, actually, that you can merge pages together.
Try to merge them together, yeah. And what I was trying to do was my hubby, my husband, my friend, my writing partner, business partner, all in one. Um,
He only gets paid for one job, right? Though.
you only get paid. Only one of them are going to get paid. So he has a page as well. So I try to put like snippets of that. It's on the BJK Productions page. So you'll see little snippets in here. It's like a little video clip of maybe some of them are less than a minute long, but you'll be able to hear what's going to be on the CD, on the upcoming CD.
Oh wow! Okay, so I didn't know that, so I'm gonna have to go over and have a good listen, and then and I'm sure everybody else is gonna make a beeline there as well. So I will post the directions to your Facebook page, and let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm looking for some support for, of course, for indie artists, as well. Support is important. It's very important. So, and I support other artists as well all the time.
You do, yeah. That's one thing. I think in our relationship that spanned over these years, I think some of the music I end up playing are things that you've recommended, or you said like, oh, I love this group, whatever happened to them, and then I go, oh, okay, and then it always fits in with my show. So I always look for those kind of like little telltale things that you do.
I'm a music person. I'm not really a television person so much. I love music. However, now this is strange. However, whenever I log on to like on your show or in other shows that are on the internet, like when I listen to other stations, music that I don't normally hear over here in the States, in the U.S., I like to channel and listen to other stations globally because I get a chance to hear music and find other artists that I don't normally get a chance to hear. And I latch on to music that's not played some people or some stations, they have their favorites, and you'll hear the same 13 artists throughout the day. I'm not going to name names, but but when we write music, I don't listen at all to the radio at all. And I'm not a television person unless I'm watching a really good series.
Okay.
So I really go into lockdown when it's time for us to work on our music, for fear of maybe someone else's sound might infiltrate into mine. Yeah. So I like to keep my own style.
That is
Yeah,
you raise a really good. I'm not a singer, but I know how music can be infectious sometimes, and you may not even realize that there was a bit that you've kind of thought, oh, that would just go nicely in there, because it's just been kind of like resting in your spirit. It's a track that you like. You think, oh, I just put a little bit of this in there and a little bit in that, and before you know, say, hold on a second, that sounds a whole lot like so.
Right, and I like to maintain my own identity, and I know people look for something that's familiar when it hits the ear, but when you do that too often, you begin to sound like every other artist that's out there, and that's including with the music and whatever. So I try to stay away from listening to a lot of radio, and just do me. Try to do me,
I think that there's not been much else to do apart from you now, right? In this kind of like quarantine lockdown situation, So it's been a discovery, I think, for all of us. Actually, you find out things about yourself that you didn't realize, and then some good, some not so good, but
not so good.
But you still find out a whole new you.
Yeah. Some not so good, but it's an eye-opening experience, and even lockdown period, I can tell you, even with myself, I'm finding out some things, and I'm like, ooh, I don't quite like that. With the music, like, oh, where did she come from? We're not gonna do that. No, yeah. So, but I'm appreciative of this lockdown time because it really reveals who I am as a person, from the inside out. Yeah. So I'm appreciative of this time. I won't scratch and claw out at the walls trying to get outside. I use this time because I know this is, to me, this is, everything is ordained. Nothing is, God has not been surprised.
Amen. Yeah.
Exactly. So I accept whatever he allows to happen, in my life. And I'm grateful for it. I'm really grateful.
So we kind of like jumped ahead, Barbara, and I know, we're talking like we we've known each other for years, because I guess we kind of like have off and on in stuff that we do. And, I was, just before you were about to come on, so I play a segment of on my show, on this evening show anyway, because now I do a daytime show as well. But in this evening show over here, it's called the Soul Food Daily Double. And I always use, the track that you did for me, Never Too Far Away. That always, that gets played every week before that Soul Food Daily Double comes in. It's kind of like the precursor to it. And apart from your jingles and anything, so we're kind of like really well integrated over here.
What? I just felt like, and this is ironic that you mentioned that. I just mentioned to Brian not too long ago. I said, you know what? I owe DJ Val an apology. I said, I don't think that's what he wanted me to do. But I didn't. When I thought about it, I said, I don't think that's what he wanted me to do. Somehow, I think I got my. I don't know, that time period in which I was in, because I was in transition.
Yeah.
We had just left California and we were in North Carolina. So I was in a new space and trying to adjust. And then by the time I left North Carolina and came back to California, I said to myself, I don't think that's what he wanted. I think I would have, if I was in a settled place, I think I would have did a jingle and at least mentioned your name for the segment. I think I'm more than sure I would have. So I said, man, I think I owe him an apology. So I think I told Brian, I said, okay, so we owe him a jingle. So when we this, we're going to have to do him another. We're going to do him another jingle and at least mention his name, mention the station. I'm like, oh God. So we dropped the ball on that one, I think.
I can. All right. So let me tell you my take on what happened. Right. When I got it, right, you're right to say that. All right. So we let the whole world know. So yeah, that was kind of like the area I was going. But when you sent that, I went,
that's different.
This is. I like this. And I thought, okay. Well, this isn't what I asked for, but this definitely works, wow. And since I got it, and we know how many years ago that is, that has, that sits as a permanent bit in my show every week without fail before I do my daily double.
After sending that to you, and I'm like, you know what? That's not what I just felt in my spirit after the fact. That's not what he wanted. I'm like, oh God, I owe him an apology. So at least now I know what I felt wasn't wrong.
Not wrong, but I think that's the thing. Sometimes, artistic impression and interpretation is quite valuable, because it's interesting, because the way that you received and what you did, and even though you felt that it was wrong, but honestly speaking, it has worked out to be. It's, I'm really proud every time I play it, and maybe because it doesn't necessarily have my name on it, it just sounds like it's a song that I know it's unique. It's kind of like only to do with my show, and that kind of like gives me a little bit of a special kind of edge, because I'm sure that people have tried to Shazam it and tried to do this and tried to do that, and because people hear it on different broadcasts and stuff like that all over. I syndicate, so I know people have probably tried to listen to it and think to themselves, where can I buy it, where can I get it, and stuff like that. Because if it had my name in it, then they go, oh no, she's done it specially for him, right? But the fact that it doesn't, and it's a lovely little worship piece, really, it's just you, it's smooth,
I have no idea what I was doing to it.
I should play it for you. It's brilliant.
I have no idea, and I'm like, why did I do that? see, that's another part of me of sometimes that I find, oh, who was she? What was she thinking? What was she doing during that time? So, yeah.
So you go back and like think to yourself, why
Yes,
did I?
I'm like, oh, yeah.
Now
Yeah,
we're talking like this is what, 3 years, 4 years that this
yeah, it was about 4 years.
yeah. So it's not like it was a yesterday thing. This is a while
Right,
back now
right.
that you know.
Right,
Okay.
right. But I'm telling you, I'm like, what in the world was she thinking about? And why did she do that? And I'm like, of course, I'm not going to own up to it. She did it. But still in all, I said, oh my God, I'm like, okay, I hope he really accepts it. And by the way, we owe you one. So yeah, so we're gonna give you one. We're gonna give you one. And this time we'll mention listen, that's the only I've never done a jingle for someone that didn't mention the station or the person's name. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, but you know what? That's just cool on a whole nother level, if you really think about it.
I think maybe we should revisit it
Hmm.
and release it.
Oh, come on.
As a song, and then of course the credits. I have to put you in there because that's not, it wasn't our music, but I'm thinking we need to revisit that and do that. So
Wow, that would be
yeah.
absolutely awesome. I am.
That's what I'm thinking. We should. What do you think?
Yes, I think as well. Yes, that's a very good idea.
I just have to go back and find her. Like, where's she?
I'll have to find out where my originals are. Maybe send it over to you, and you guys can build on that. But I mean, that would be absolutely awesome. But Barbara, I'm just having you here has just made my day. So I just feel like it's two old friends catching up over a cup of cocoa, and it's just like, oh, how have you been? What's been happening and stuff. But there are people that don't know. I mean, I don't know how we first met. I think I must have found some of your stuff on Facebook. I think it must have been. But you've had quite a long music career. So if people were to say, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, just to kind of like bring us up to speed, maybe of up to 2020.
Wow,
that's a long. That's a long time, right?
Some of my background, listen, so I'm still an indie artist, but this is what I'm going to tell people. Once, if I ever walk through that door where people will finally be able to say, oh, her music is playing everywhere. I'm going to have to say I was an overnight success in, I would say 40 years, and 40 years an overnight success.
That was a lot of nights.
Overnight success in 40 years. Grew up in a musical family. Had 6 brothers. 5 of them were in bands and singing. One of my brothers was popular as Michael Jackson was back in the day. A group called the Ebonies, and I did a lot of background vocals in various studios for other well-known artists. My husband and I co-wrote a song for Charlie Wilson, who was still with the Gap Band at that time. And Charlie Wilson is still going strong.
He is.
Yeah, he's still going strong. So had a chance to co-write a song for him on his Round Trip album. Did multiple soundtracks for various movies. And in my moving back and forth from the West Coast to the East Coast, I've lost pictures and lost all kinds of data to even post on my page to let people see, she's been around for a while, but I don't have those pictures anymore. I don't have, which is okay for me because I don't mind working behind the scenes. So, I can say that I had strong support boosting others. So it took a while for me to say, okay, I'm going to do this for me. Yeah. Sung in various choirs. And so my background really comes from the church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Praise and worship leader. women's ministry, the whole thing, the whole, the whole church support has always been my strength as far as my music is concerned and writing. And every song is a testimony of mine. I don't sit down and write with a pen and paper. I listen to my husband's music, and the words and the story develops because of what I've been through. So there's nothing, or I'll say there's no song that I've recorded that I haven't lived through myself. Every song is a testimony, and it's about me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really about me and what I've gone through. So, but yeah, I do all the singing. My husband do all the music itself.
That was a really great abridged version of everything. I think you must have done this before. The way you just go like, zoop,
You know what? I'm even cringing right now because ask me to talk about somebody else and I can nail it. But when you ask me to talk about me, it's like, oh my God, I don't, what if I don't say something important? But I've always had a hard time trying to shine a light on me. I'm beginning and I'm learning how to like to blow my own horn and to
yeah,
I'm learning how to. I really am.
Yeah.
But I can support everybody else 900%.
That's a great gift, That is a great
hold
gift.
your arms up forever until you make it through that door.
Praise
And
the
when it comes
Lord.
to me, I'm like, I don't know. But God has been good. God has been good. God has been awesome. He's strengthened me, given me insight, and there's no way I would have made it this far. Knowing that God has been right there, speaking to me in my ear and pushing me.
So let's talk about your first. Well, it may not be your first album. Actually, I don't know. The first one I got introduced to you with was Smooth Worship, which I have a show called Smooth Worship. So I don't know. I don't make any money off it, but I guess if I do, I kind of like owe you the rights. So maybe I don't know. But one of my shows is actually called Smooth Worship. I send a text out like to encourage people on a Sunday. It's called my Smooth Worship track. So I go through YouTube to find a nice track that can lift your kind of like Sunday or something really smooth. So yeah, so you've influenced me a lot, believe it or not. So
yeah, that was my first CD.
Okay.
And that was my first attempt to like, hey world, this is me. That was my first attempt to shine a light on what I wanted to portray about my music and a type of music that I thought was kind of missing. I thought from the type of music that I sung coming up in the church, it was like the traditional music, but meanwhile I was always at home writing something that wasn't traditional.
Yeah.
In a sense. And it was a hard task for me to try to complete that CD because we didn't have all the elements, surrounding what people normally have, what artists normally have. We didn't have the finances. We didn't have a budget at all. We didn't have musicians. We didn't have people to help me undergird this project. And I heard a voice speak to me saying, I've given you everything you need to complete whatever you want to do.
Wow.
I heard it so strong. And so that gave me enough fuel to do my own picture, to do my own CD cover, to do the whole typesetting, to do everything.
Wow.
Everything, just my husband and myself. So I was kind of proud of that CD.
I love it. I when I found that CD, sorry to cut you, but I you know what you're saying. I get it. I completely get what you're saying, because that for me, that was the gap in the market for me. And yeah, so my background, I used to DJ and party and stuff like that, and I always liked kind of like the more laid back, kind of like smoother jams, R&B feeling, really melodic kind of music. And coming to coming to Christ in, towards the end of the 90s, there wasn't really anything like that. That was kind of like looked at, well, not that I knew anyway. I mean, I always remember, I got to church and I said to myself, I said, look, this church thing is not going to work too long if you don't get me some music to listen to, because there's no music and I'm getting bored. So she went and she kind of like, grabbed some Kirk Franklin and some other bits and pieces, and put them together. So I started listening, bit by bit, you kind of like pick out a couple of tracks there. But I know what you're saying about that particular hole was there, that for me, yeah, you're right to say. And that's probably why I treasure the album, and, that kind of like really attracted me to your style of music, because it's just right up my street, as we say over here in the UK.
Wow, I appreciate you saying that, because I can't tell you how many times I was told, well, that's not gospel. I don't know where you're going to get that played at. And I was like, okay, well, that's okay. But that's because this is me. This is my expression.
Yeah.
And it was easy for me. So I want to say not the thumbs down that I was getting because of the sound of the music and because of how it was arranged. They were saying, oh, well, this won't get played because this is not gospel. It didn't turn me off at all, because that was what I feel like God was giving me to do. And it was, and it has been me all along. It's not like I switched from singing traditional to that. I sung what everybody else told me to sing the whole entire time. But meanwhile, on the inside, this is what I was always writing at home. So this is me. This is who, And so authenticity is important in expression, even with music. So God accepted my praise, and he accepts my worship, and the same way he accepts everybody's a style, their wherever they are and how they worship, he accepts it. So
and if you hadn't pushed through with that album, we probably there's a good possibility we may not be having this conversation now.
How about that? I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful because if it had not been for God speaking and then the Holy Spirit nudging me to, go ahead, do it. This is you. This is all I know. This is me. So, I make no apologies. Apologies.
Good. No. And you shouldn't, and again, it sometimes that you can. Look, the interesting thing is, because I love the whole music thing. So that, that CD, if you relabeled it and packaged it and said it was 2020, and then really, the sound is still, it's for what it does. It's still got that sound. It's still got that space. It has that timeless feel to me that, it was. So you did that in 2010?
2009.
2009. Right, and I'm playing it now, 10 years later on, and it goes down really well. It goes down real good.
And it's not to say that I don't appreciate the other artists. I love all of those artists' music. I mean, because I appreciate good music, and I love all of the other genres of music. I really do. I'm just saying, this is who I am, and this is, so don't knock their music, because I grew up on it, and I still sing it. I still sing all the traditional. I sing the contemporary. I sing, but this is who I am, and I'm just hoping that everybody will accept it, because if you was to remove my name off of it and put maybe a well-known artist name on it, I think would accept it. I think, because they already know those artists, because they're already well known. But I don't. That's fine. I'm still doing what I feel. It doesn't matter if it does not. My desire was, Lord, when it's being played, let it encourage someone who's going through something.
Amen.
Let it uplift somebody who is still straddling a fence, who haven't given their life to you yet. Let it draw in maybe someone who's never even heard about Jesus Christ, and they love the tempo of the music.
Yep.
It was easy for them to listen to while they wash their car or clean their house. And oh, by the way, oh, I just heard her mention
Jesus.
what you have done. So that was my whole desire, and still is. It still is.
Yeah.
Yes. So now I'm easing into surrender music, which is still the same.
Oh, we had a big laugh about this when we were talking about. You're gonna have to explain to people about surrender music, because that just had me in stitches, So go for it. It's brilliant. Go for it.
It is still the same smooth worship, but now it's more like, okay, by the time that song goes off, you will have to make a decision. I'm going to have to, because you're going to want to play it over and over and over. And the more you hear something that's permeating into your spirit and your soul, you're going to have to make a decision. You're really going to have to surrender your life.
Hallelujah.
Because if this song is going to infiltrate in every part of your being, you're going to have to surrender your life to Christ and say, you know what? Yeah, I surrender my life to you. So there's got to be something to this salvation thing. Yeah. So now, I it's surrender music now.
Okay.
Lord, I
So
surrender.
So we're at surrender music now. That was just.
Yes, it's surrender music.
No. Look, when you said that to me, I just thought to myself, I just had this, this image of somebody just driving a car. I have a very vivid imagination, right? Somebody said, yeah, I'll listen to that new Barbara Kelly thing, just, or it comes on the radio, and it's like, oh my God, why? Okay. Why did I listen to this?
Why did I listen to it?
I just wanted to drive home from the office, from the store, to go and pick up my kids. I didn't want to get into this. That's just a wonderful thing about surrender. I love that. I'm so looking forward to when that project, finishes and then it comes out. So we were talking about some of the challenges that you've been having while you're trying to get this, Barbara Kelly ready, right?
Yeah. I'm not one to, let me say, I am really a extrovert, introvert person. I love being at home confined in my spaces, but I also love touching people to get out and socialize. So I'm kind of, I'm kind of a little confused here, but so I didn't.
I like that.
Right. So, I never post about what's going on health wise with my issues, but I found myself 6 months ago while I was working on this CD, and all of a sudden I couldn't sing at all. So long story short, I have been battling with nodules in my throat and my thyroid. Oh yeah, the whole thyroid problem, and I went through a series of tests. I couldn't sing. I had to be careful of how I even lay my head before I went to sleep at night, for fear that the air would cut off, because the nodules on the inside of my throat. So I took all these tests and everything, and they came back negative, because they thought maybe some of the nodules could be cancerous or whatever.
Okay.
But I was praying all the time, and I wasn't fearful, because I felt like there's no way God would bring me this far and to let me walk into an area where I wouldn't be able to continue singing his praises. So we had to forfeit me doing my vocals, and my husband kept working on the music. So I couldn't sing at all. And whenever I did try to record, I was only allowed to maybe try to sing at least maybe a minute at a time. And that minute in recording was awful. And I didn't cry, I didn't break down or anything. I just said to my husband, "Who was that?" I'm like, why does she sound like that? Like, who is this person? Like, I can't deal with it, So we had to pray all the time, and get past that point. And so I'm finally coming out of that tunnel where I wasn't able to sing at all, and now beginning to sing. So I have to, and even now I'm listening to some of the recordings that I did for the CD, and I'm like, that sounds a little different. But she's still in there somewhere, but it sounds different. But it's still me. It's still me. Just a tad bit. I can hear a tad bit different. People might not hear it, and I'm like, ooh, okay, all right, I'll accept that, and still moving forward. So now, even now, I can say, okay, um, I'm almost back to where I would like to be,
Okay.
but I'm working with what God allow me to work with at this moment, because the truth of the matter is, every recording on that Smooth Worship CD, I've had pneumonia, I've either had bronchitis, or I was suffering with my allergies on every recording on the Smooth Worship song.
Wow.
So I told my husband, I'm like, what am I complaining about? I never had good voice. I never had clear voice when I recorded before. So this is not new to me. The only thing was new to me was the struggle in being able to breathe and sing.
Wow.
This time around with the whole nodule and the thyroid problem. So, but no, I never had a clear. I've always recorded with something going wrong with my vocals, and I just said, listen, we can't stop. We got to keep going. So nothing new, but to God be the glory. To God be the glory with that Smooth Worship CD.
Wow. I mean,
yeah. Yeah.
You see, and there you go. So we we play it for 10 years straight. It's a firm favorite. It's if I think to myself, what should I play? Always something from that CD will always, slot in quite nicely. I don't have any problems. But behind everything, there is a story. There's a process that goes behind that. We as the end consumer, we have no idea.
No idea.
Absolutely no idea.
I laugh every time I play it. I say, "Oh God, remember?" We're laughing. We'll play one of the songs. Oh yeah, that's the time you had pneumonia. Oh yeah, and that's and I'm still recording. Oh, remember your allergies were so bad you couldn't hear, your ears was scarred. Oh yeah, but it's funny. But I got through it, and God carried me through it, because He's never taken me to a place where He couldn't sustain me.
Hallelujah.
To complete whatever He gave me, the mandate. He never left me, never ever, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I am really grateful. There's a story behind each and every song, and it's so hilarious. Oh my goodness.
So I'm gonna put you on the now that you've said that, right? I kind of like feeling that, because there's some they all kind of like work really well for him, but the one I always tend to love to play is Waiting.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So what's the story behind Waiting then, since they've all got the story?
Oh my goodness. Listen, that was one of the hardest songs to record. Even thinking about it right now, I'm getting choked up. Even thinking about it right now.
Wow.
It took, let me get myself together. Every time I think about it, I'm getting choked up even now. I could not sing that song all the way through for months and months and months. I would break down crying because of everything that I was going through, and nobody knew it. Only been, and even when I would go out to the different programs I was invited to go to, and they would want me to sing that song, and I'm like, oh my God, am I going to be able to sing this song all the way through, because of everything that I've had to go through? And I kept asking God to reveal to me, to show me, to just to strengthen me so that I can get through the struggle. And I asking God, what about me? what about me? And because I kept seeing people getting blessed around me. I'm praying for other people's breakthroughs, and I'm praying for other people's healings, and yet I'm still standing there singing and proclaiming and prophesying to people that God is going to bring them through. And yet I felt like, well, when is it going to be my time? When are you going to, God, when are you going to come through for me? And I just felt it so heavy. And at times I felt like he just said, oh, I'll get around to you. But it wasn't that. It wasn't that. He was really trying to refine what he placed in me, because he wanted me to walk in a calling that he had called me to, that I kept turning away from, which was every time I went to go sing out, to people, he would speak to me what to say to people, and I wouldn't say it.
Ooh, okay.
So I just would not, because I was afraid of their faces. What are they going to look like? They, I was afraid. I was afraid.
Yeah.
So what he did was he reprimanded me in front of everybody. Every time I went out to go sing, I would break down crying and could not complete a song. Wow. Until I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I promise you I'm going to do it. But he knew me. He knew my heart. So I finally got past that point. And whatever God speaks to me, I speak to the people. And I don't care what their faces look like. I don't care what the atmosphere of the room appears to be.
Mm-hmm.
What he say, I will speak it. And then I will leave it at that. And I don't take it personal, because it's not me. Gifts come without repentance. That's so I speak it, I sing it, and I leave it there. So what I did was I started singing whatever he said to me. I would sing it instead of speaking it. That was my way of getting around it.
Okay. That's innovative. Yeah, that works.
Yes, because I was afraid. I would sing it. So I got the job done. I did what he asked me to do, but I just sung it, and he accepted it. God accepted it, and I was okay with it until I was able to stand and say, okay, this is what God is saying. And because people didn't know me for that.
Yeah.
No one knew me for that, except, my husband. So, and my family. So, but now, so every time I play that song Waiting, it just grabs me. It really grabs me. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for that experience. I really am, because I didn't know what, where, who, when, how it was going to be birthed up out of me.
Yeah, that is that's just a revelation on a whole nother level. I've never I've done this for quite a while. I've never had anybody say, based on the experience of the song, and I could really feel it. I could even feel I was getting emotional on this side of the Atlantic as well, when you were, when you just started saying that it became, that you just felt, the connection to everything that had happened. But
and even more, I was, when you're trying to do what God is telling you to do, and you begin to cry out, and you don't know how to touch people or grab people, or you're at a loss for words. And sometimes you don't want to be too heavenly minded that you're no earthly good to people.
Yes.
I had to find a way where I wouldn't use so many scriptures because people are scriptured out, but his word is what's going to keep us. So I still needed to find a way to use scripture to draw the people closer to him without making myself look, like, I'm browbeating with the scripture, because you can draw more people with sweetness and honey than you can with screaming and hollering and
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very, very true. It's a kind word. It's a kind word that turns away wrath. So, yeah.
So we have different ways that God uses people. You can take a stick but that stick can be used in a multiplicity of ways if you put it in different people's hands. And the same with the gospel, in different people's mouths. It has to be used differently to draw the various people across the globe. So, so that was one of the tasks. How am I going to use it? Who I am, how God is telling me to use it. So I had to find that, and I found it the hard way. from rebelling, I found it the hard way. But now I know, to be me, to be me, not to be some other preacher, some other whomever, just to be me, and to reach those people who have decided I don't want to hear another person yelling and screaming a scripture at me. But God's word is still going to stand. I just have to be, creative in how to draw them. Still use God's word.
Yep.
But draw them and not abuse them and not bodies slain all over the place because I didn't deliver it to them the right way. Even in song. I don't want to turn anybody off because they didn't like that beat. I don't want to turn anybody off because I had one woman ask me, I had a coworker. She said, "Boy, I like the song, but why did you say you're bound for heaven?" So I had to explain it to her. So I don't want to turn people off with the lyrics either.
Wow. Oh, so she's thinking bound means like it's some kind of bondage thing, and you're saying you're on your way because that's your destination.
On my way.
Yeah.
Yes. So I had to explain that to her because she was of a different faith. So I had to explain it to her because she says, "I like this song, but why did you say you were bound? You're bound to heaven." And she says, so I have to, even with people who are unlearned and don't know, I have to be creative in the words that I use, because I'm not going to always be able to explain it to someone when the song goes off. I'm not there with them. It's coming across the airwaves. Yes. Even with that. So trying to keep my authenticity even in the words that I use, which is
so this gets so interesting. We're gonna have to you're gonna have to come back, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
We're family now.
Yeah. I'm just enjoying this, and I'm doing my best to try and focus on my job. But it's just there's so many things. I'm thinking, you take a step back, okay, and this is how I'm seeing it. So you decide to do this project. You virtually go through hell while you're doing this project. Yes. But this project is designed, even though everybody else that may well be around you may turn around and say, well, this isn't how gospel music should be. This isn't what you should be doing. This, you should be doing something a bit more traditional. But God's got you doing this package, and this package is now the vehicle that you're now going to use to be able to reach out to the masses.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
very well put. Very well put. Exactly.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Yeah, that is absolutely, it's like God, exactly like God, but and it's again just like man, not to see the move of God,
Right, because we're human, because we choose to see it the way we want to see it.
Yeah, if it doesn't fit in our containers, our little boxes, then
Exactly. When I think about David, how he used the stones, you put those same stones in another man's hand and he will go and plug the stones up on the side of his own house.
Yeah.
So that something like, the elements won't come in.
Yeah.
That's what he would do with the stones. David would take those same stones to use it in battle to bring about a victory. So, the same stones in different people's hands bring about different results. So, but that can make it even less effective. But what I'm trying to do is a little, just add it another another prayer going towards heaven, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And you're the only person that would be able to reach those people that God has sent you for. Because as I said, if I'd you would have been the kind of person that would have appealed to me because of the kind of music that you do. So I would have been almost disarmed straight away, because I would have thought, oh, she ain't really coming at you. There was no surrender coming. So I would have already been disarmed already, because I would have been like, oh yeah, she kind of all right. Yeah, I like her vibe. She's cool. She's good. So my defenses would have already been down. So and then once that happens, the Holy Spirit has free reign to get in, and you just need someone to confirm what God is doing, and all of a sudden it's like, well, I didn't see that. I was blindsided almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. 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 So I'm hoping that this project that I'm working on now, that it will be received, and it might not reach around the globe, but it will reach those that God has placed in my spirit, who have charged me to reach. And I may not ever see their faces, but they will be reached, and that right there is good enough for me.
Yeah.
And if by some chance it'll make number the top 10 or the top 100 list, hey, yay, bravo. But if it doesn't, it's still fine with me, because it will have reached those who need it to be reached. Yeah.
I think it will definitely it's definitely gonna chart somewhere. Definitely chart.
So they can go on my Facebook page, on the Barbara Kelly artist page, and see some snippets, or the BJK Productions page, and you'll see snippets, and there's little videos there of the snippets of at least 3 or 4 of the songs that are going to be on the CD. And again, I said some's going to be instrumental. Some is instrumental with the little vocals.
Yeah.
She'll be.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the vocals, for myself.
Yeah, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy that, because your husband, we need a whole nother show for him, and another couple of shows, I think, for both of you together, for us to get a real full understanding of the Kellys, the dynamic duo that is the Kellys. But I don't know. It's not very often I'm kind of like lost for words, but I'm just saying to myself, the time's gone, and I feel like you just came on. It's been an hour near enough, and we've not even scratched.
Was quick.
Yeah.
That was quick.
We've not even scratched the surface of anything. I wanted to ask you about Camden, New Jersey. That was on my to-go list of places that I needed to go to at some point when I went to America, because I thought, I didn't realize there was a Camden in New Jersey.
Yeah, there's a Camden. Yeah. So whenever I like when I'm on Twitter or something like that, when I put Camden, I always make sure I have to put New Jersey, because there's a Camden
in London.
in London, exactly. And I said, oh wow, we really have a good connection, don't we? Yeah. And I think, listen, it's so funny, because I think some of the people on Twitter started following me because when I used the hashtag Camden, I said, oh, good, bravo. Yeah.
All things work together. But I mean, I had no idea that there was a Camden until I met you, and I know that when I said, there's a Camden in America, people were, nah, there's not.
Yep.
So there's a Camden in New Jersey. I know. I got a friend of mine who lives there. So yeah.
Yes.
So
we're so connected. We are so connected.
But it's such a beautiful, and there's just your music, what you're doing, and you're always cooking stuff as well, which is great, but it's not great for us as well.
That's a daily thing. Because I don't prefer leftovers, so I don't mind cooking every single day.
Wow.
I don't mind cooking. I just don't. And so, and my husband is so appreciative of everything. He'll say, no, well, I can eat the leftovers, and it doesn't matter. We have enough for last night's meal. And I will go in there and cook a fresh meal, because I know he doesn't mind eating the leftovers.
Oh.
He don't. Yeah. So I go out of my way. I will go out of my way to cook for him because he's so appreciative. And that is the man that God has blessed me with. And that's another story too. I got another time because he spoke in my ear when I saw him. That's the man you're going to spend the rest of your life with. He spoke it in my ear. And I moved 3,000 miles away from him to get away from him. So that's another story.
There's a Jonah thing going on there, right?
Yes, that's another story. That's another story for another time. But yes, that I am with my soulmate. I am with my soulmate. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing. And to be able to pray with, have fun with, chill with, and the only thing we fight over is the music. No, that's the only thing. We bicker about the music.
Oh.
That's it. That is it. So I'm blessed. I am really blessed.
You sure are, I am so glad that, this was the appointed time. And, I'm so glad that we spoke. And, people have they know a little bit about you now. So that's really great. So we need to look at our calendar over the next how many months, and, maybe we need to do a couple of visits, man, and then come back and really let people know who you are.
I will do it. You and a couple others, and I'm going to give you this little tidbit. People do not know, only my husband. I cringe at the very thought of interviews. Cringe at the very thought.
So I've done okay getting you to come on, and you've been all right talking, so it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, we thank God. That is superb. All right, that's good. That's good. The aim, formally you call it an interview. I like to think it's just like a conversation, like maybe me and you if we're on the phone.
Friends.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it. It's like, having a nice little chat, you know.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, so do I. It's like us sitting down, having a cup of tea, and if we're over here, it'll be tea and biscuits, and would you like more tea, Barbara? Oh yes, please.
I fix my husband a cup of tea every night, right? He says, "Oh, you might as well move to London because you're."
I think he was speaking prophetically. I think based on your fan base here and people that know of you and appreciate what you're doing. I think a trip to London would be a pretty good thing.
Yes, it will, and I'm looking forward to it because that's always been one of my things that I've written down to do, and one of these days we plan to.
Amen.
Yeah.
That would be brilliant. Yeah. Well, I'll be here.
I'll make sure Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, you let me know. And, as I said, if I don't get over there to come and see you guys and, it would be brilliant to catch up. But we have to go, I've got like a couple more minutes left. I've got to say my goodbyes and stuff. But Barbara Kelly, I always say Barbara with a H, Kelly, because up until then I never knew that you spelled Barbara with a H on the end.
With the H.
Yeah, so it's like it's Barbara with a H, Kelly. And, my son knows you as Barbara with a H, Kelly, so it's
Yes.
I have this whole thing that I do that is just, they're valism. So I just do this stuff and it sticks. So you're known over here as Barbara with a H, Kelly. So just in case somebody says, oh, you're Barbara with a H, Kelly, right?
Right, exactly. I had to make some sort of distinction there.
You sure did, and it works.
I had to make some sort of distinction. Otherwise, I would just get lost, as if I'm not already lost in the zillions of other, artists. So I said, okay, I have to make some sort of distinction here. And it's working. It's working.
It sure is. Barbara, I'm going to have to say goodbye. I'll give you a call after the show's finished. But thank you so much. I so appreciate you. I love your music. I love what you guys do. Regards to your husband as well. And we will speak. And we're going to have you back again a few times, I know, because this is going to have to be a marathon. Maybe we see if we can get you on the 3-hour one in the afternoon at some point. And then we just sit down there and chew the fat and play some music. And yeah.
and maybe even be there in person. You never know.
Well, that's a whole nother thing, you know. That would be absolutely outstanding. We could do that. Oh my goodness gracious me. I will be the happiest DJ this side of the Mississippi, as I'd like to say. Well, Mom, thank you so much. I will speak to you later. God bless you. Thank you. Regards to Brian as well, please, when you get a chance to speak to him as well. Thank you so much.
Blessings to you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that indeed was Barbara with a H. Kelly. She is an awesome woman of God. I'm really grateful for the people that I've had on this show, and you know, it just goes to prove, you know, people that have depth and character, those are the ones that, you know, bring out all kinds of revelations and all kinds of stories and all kinds of other stuff as well. Listen, I have to go. My time is up. I've got nothing else left to do apart from to say, stay at home, stay safe, keep the faith. I will be back tomorrow, 3 to 6. Gonna sign out with this one. I'll serve him. Take care. God bless. And see you tomorrow.